blue cat spawn first in the cooler temps, and then next come in the flatheads. But so what happens is if you're doing natural holes, you'll go in and you'll take a cane pole basically, and you'll walk the like the riverbanks, and you'll just find a hole, root bed, something like that, and you'll stick the pole in, and typically the fish will bite your stick.
So that's how we know we're not getting a snapping turtle.
Well, so snappers,
Nope. Okay.
Snappers have to. Well, okay, so snappers have to have an air pocket. I just think it's funny because we do snapping turtle noodling here in Indiana.
Yeah.
Like, that's an Indiana thing,
That's right. Yep.
But it's actually illegal to noodle catfish in Indiana, so I can't even do it here. But
we need to talk to our local representatives.
I tried. I know we can noodle snapping turtles. We can't noodle.
We've
catfish.
got a pretty high-ranking local
There
representative.
you go. Go talk to him. But
So snapping turtles need a pocket of air. So
yeah, and snakes do too, and beavers and other.
Are you telling me there could be a snake in there?
If it's a natural hole, like if there's an air pocket, it's possible. But otherwise, if there's not an air pocket, you don't have to worry about
Kiss
it.
my ass.
So how do we
gonna
know if
be
there's an air pocket or not?
Fish you hope for the best. I don't.
Yeah. I'll drink the beer.
Stick your head in first, and if you can see.
If it's deep enough, it's gonna be. So a lot of times where we find some of these holes will be under like
Log jams.
Root
yes, I
wads.
was gonna say boat ramps, like where you're back in the boat, under the concrete. They'll go in under there and weave out some holes and stuff.
I have been 100% on this until I thought there might be a snake in there.
I am absolutely scared shitless of doing this.
I am a snake relocator in the state of Indiana.
I could not do it.
I will relocate a snake with a shotgun.
No,
I have personally.
Jenna was 8.5 months pregnant. She called me 7 times in a row, and I'm trying to be professional. I'm like, what the? What do you need? There's a snake. It crawled up the chair beside the bed. What do I do? I said, burn the house down.
No, you call your new friend Allison and you say, hey, can you come get this snake?
I was ready to burn the house down, and I didn't sleep for 3 weeks because every time I heard something, you can't even hear a snake, but I'd hear something in the other room, just like that. Snakes.
So we go deeper waters because we're not going to roll the dice on like a hole that's like close.
Yes.
So we're going deep water. So that's where we got to be able to. Can you wear like goggles to do this, or is that like frowned upon in the noodling committee?
The water's so dirty you can't see.
Yeah, most of the time the water that you're finding these catfish, you're not
Draco
going to see it anyway. And honestly, you don't want to see it because you don't. If I were to see this fish before it bites me, then you're gonna
Go.
We're noodling Labradors right now.
I didn't want him to rip it.
But let's say you got your hand in this hole and you can see the fish. Like as soon as that fish goes to bite you, you're gonna back out. You don't want to do that because you're never gonna catch fish, right?
What kind of hand movements do you do? Do you just kind of do like a little, come here, baby? Something like that?
So really, you want to move like slow and just feel around for the fish. So that's what I'm doing. Like you'll go in, you'll find the hole, and your brain kind of like figures out.
Put your freaking stub finger down.
Where the hole is at.
This guy.
Poor Seth. He's like, I can never noodle.
I've only got 4 on one hand.
You don't have to have thumbs are important. You'd be fine.
So you come in and you're feeling around, you're finding the fish.
Yeah, and typically the fish, then it'll bite you because they're trying, especially if there's eggs. If there's
that's
hole,
their job.
They're gonna bite right away. Typically,
right.
It's gonna. You put your hand in the hole and it's gonna
bam.
So what's that? So what's that reaction when that son of a bitch bites down? Like, is it just it?
It's fast. So they bite real fast. Like a lot of people think that they bite down and don't let go. It's like bam, bam.
They almost attack it.
It's like
and then that's where you're trying to grab
because they're trying to scare you.
You're setting your arm.
Yes. So the catfish has a lip, like a handle. Its bottom lip's kind of like a handle, and you push it to the bottom. Like you try. That's what you're trying to grab hold of. So a lot of times it bites you past your hand, or it does me. And so like they'll bite fast, but they'll back up, and that's when I can get a hold of that bottom lip and kind of push them to the bottom, and then go in with my other hand and grab and get a hold. So once I go through.
Grab a hold
of them. Once I go through like between, if it's a big enough catfish, I can get, there's like the gill plate and the gills. There's a gap there. I can go between that gap and then grab a hold of its lip to that way, and then
Mhm.
he can't go anywhere.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you got him
Pull him
locked
out.
in.
Yeah.
So when
Yeah.
you once you is it a catch and release or are we frying that up down there?
If it's small enough, we'll keep it, but typically it's all catch and release.
Yeah, the big
Because
ones you don't want to eat anyway.
and
They've been
because
sucking on
they're
that river.
And honestly, the bigger ones have good genetics, so
Yep.
like we want them
Put
to
that
keep
back in there.
reproducing.
Yep.
Yes, and
There's a conservation element.
if you were to keep these fish, and let's say they're laying thousands of eggs, all those eggs die. So like because they're spawning and all of that, we just put them back.
So will they naturally find their hole back, or do you kind of?
Yes.
Here you go, pal.
So I will.
Sorry
say,
for wrecking your home.
I go with a guide in Illinois whenever I take my group of girls, like these 12 girls. I go with my buddies out on Wren Lake in Illinois, and we will keep the fish. We'll put them in a live well. We'll take them all over the lake, and they'll find that same fish in the same hole.
That's
Wow.
wild.
They'll go. Their radar's like go straight back to where they were.
So out of so we've talked about deer hunting, turkey, noodling, sickas. What is the elk? What's been like? What's most exhilarating out of those?
Probably noodling. I love catfish noodling, but elk, turkey. I don't know. I love them all. Turkey's up there. Turkey, elk, catfish noodling, are all up there.
And hey, you want to know something else?
Neck and neck.